Welcome to Tech Tuesday, presented by Delta Media Group, where we figured out why Pavlov's hair was so soft at the Christmas party. He uses classical conditioning. All right, so today we're going to take a look at how you go in and print mailing labels in the system, and also how you can set up a mail merge to create the content that you will actually print out and use in those letters that you put those mailing labels on. So kind of going full circle here. So first off, printing mailing labels is very easy. So we'll just hit that first, and then we'll go over the mail merge piece. So to print mailing labels, first we want to go through to our Customer Center page. Now by default, if I expand this CRM drop down here, my first option is Customer Center, so that will take me there. You may also just be able to click on CRM, and that can take you through to your Customer Center, or you can just type Customer Center up here at the top. And you can see it comes up as one of the navigation options. So I can click on that, and that takes me through to the same page. Now once I'm here, we're looking for the customer group section. So you can see if I scroll down, here is where I have that section. If you don't see that section on this page, keep in mind that this page is also customizable. So if you don't see it, you can click on this Edit Layout button up here, and you can see you have the option to turn on and off and reorder all the sections available on this page. So you could switch on your customer group section and hit Save, and place it wherever you'd like it, and then that section would be on this page. So once you found it, and we'll scroll down there, so once you find your customer group section, you just need to narrow it down to the group that you want to print labels from, and what it'll do is it will load up a page that shows the name and the primary email address for every customer that has a primary email address that's within the group you selected. And it'll have them all laid out in such a way that you can print them on the mailing label paper type of your choice. So just so happens that I have a group set aside for this, so we'll find that group here. And there's my label group. So I'm going to go to Actions and then down to Labels. And now from here, I can choose my label type. So 5160 is the first one here, but you can see it gives you a little breakdown of the sizes of each of these. But you just go down the list, you pick the one you want, click Print Labels, and it will open a new browser tab with your labels laid out and ready for print. Now you can see that we have a couple of different options here, so I'll close that out, and because it opened in a new tab, I can just close that tab out, and I'm right where I left off, so that's always nice. Now I can also use this Use or Current Resident label. So if I check that box and print, you can see it adds the or current resident line right below their name, so now you have the name or current resident and then whatever their primary physical address is. So we'll close that one out, and then I can also choose to generate these labels as a CSV with or without this current resident label piece on here. And when I click that, it actually exports a CSV for download. So when I click on this, it'll open a new tab again, but it actually wants me to then download the CSV. So we'll cancel out of that. You can see it takes me back to where I left off. You can also see it's kind of neat when you check this box, export CSV. If I uncheck it, print labels. So it tries to make it very clear what it's going to do. But if you're just looking to print out labels, that's all you need to do. Now just to give you an idea where that address is coming from, I'll go ahead and view my label group here. You can see I've got numerous customers in here, so I'll just grab the first one. That opens up the customer's profile page, and you can see their address right here. If I click on Edit, you can see this primary address section. This is where it is pulling that mailing label from. Now I can also see more information about this customer, and then down here, postal address information, I can add additional addresses. There we go. Primary business addresses, additional addresses, and I do have an option to set those addresses as primary if there were multiples in here already. But the primary one is the one that it is printing the mailing label for. All right, so we'll go ahead and close this out. This also opened in a new tab, so we'll close that out to get back to where we left off. Here we are. Now, for the mail merge functionality, we're going to go up here and go to Marketing and then down to Message Blasts and Mail Merge. Now, just like getting to Customer Center, this option may not be here for you. You can also search for it. It may be on this marketing landing page. So if you click on Marketing, there may be a Mail Merge button here. You can see we have one here. And you can also, like any other page in the DeltaNet, you can just type Mail Merge up here in our Quick Actions box, and you can see Mail Merge is right here ready to go. So we'll click on it. And this takes me through to the mail merge page. So however I choose to get there, they all take me to this page. Now once I'm here, this system works in a very similar way to the Mail Blast functionality. The only difference is this is not sending out an email. All it's doing is generating a PDF that has a page for every customer that I've included in here. and I include customers using this to field. So I can put them in here individually the same way I can with an email blast. In this case, we're going to add a group, so we'll just add our label group. So I just start typing it. You can see the autocompleter brings it up, so we'll do that. We'll give it a subject line, though it's less important because we're ultimately going to be sending up PDFs for these. Now we can choose our paper size for print. We can choose whether we want it to be portrait or landscape oriented. And then down here we have our content. Now, the power behind the mail merge functionality is in the fact that you can use variables in here that will automatically populate with the customer information. So up here at the top, I might say dear, and then we'll use our system variables here, customer first name. There we are. And actually, we don't even need to do that. So I could put a line down here at the bottom, and in this case, it doesn't really matter because I'm only going to be sending it as me. But for the signature, I can also use a variable for that. If I want to use this repeatedly, that can be particularly handy. That way, if I do change information in my lead signature, so we're going to select lead signature here, by the way. So if I do change information there, and I use this later on, if I wanted to save it as a template, anything like that, it would automatically pick up the contents of my lead signature and use that going forward. So that way I wouldn't have to change this every time I used it again. But you get the idea. You can go in here and you can use any of the variables available to you here, and you can insert those into your email, and it will pick up the information for that and fill it in on a per customer basis. So any of the information there related to you specifically, like your name, your lead signature, things like that, are going to be the same on all of them because they're all being sent by you. But any customer related ones will be specific to that customer, because every customer is, well, not every customer, but most customers are going to have a different first name. So that is why you would use that variable there. So you build up the content however you'd like, and then ultimately we're going to click on Generate PDF. You can see it generates 6 pages because there are 6 members of that group. It pops up here to download, so now we'll just save it. And now it has downloaded our PDF. So I'll go ahead and click on this here so we can take a look at it. And this is what the PDF looks like. There's just a page, and you can see that the name here at the top is different for each page. So that's all there is to it. That is how you can actually set up the PDF to be able to print that out and then set that up for the other letters. Now you'll also see on this page that there is just a convenience piece here where I can print the labels from this page. So I don't have to go over to the other page and set up the mailing label prints there. After I set up my mail merge, or even before really, as soon as I have a group here, I can just click Print Labels, and it brings up this Print Label interface again, where I can just select the label type I want, hit Print Labels, and again, it opens up a new tab that has my labels laid out based on whatever paper type I selected. So that is how you can set those up. So one more piece to cover as far as the mail merge stuff goes. As we scroll down here, you can see we have a few more sections. So if you open up Drafts and Templates, you'll notice that many of the are really all of the drafts and templates that are available to Email Blast are also available to Mail Merge. So you can save additional ones here using the Save as Draft button or the Save as Template button, depending on what it is. And you can save additional drafts, or you can use any of the ones that already exist here. So if I just click on Actions and Use, you can see it puts that content up here in the message. That was kind of a bad example, so let's try this one. Here's a nice template. Making your move easy. That sounds good. And there we go. So you can see it drops all that in there and automatically has the information all set up. So from there, I could click Generate PDF. Now this one doesn't look like it has customer information in it, but if it did, I could use that as well and generate my PDF with content that's already in here. Or I can save it to reuse it. Now if we scroll down a little bit further, you can see we also have a history section laid out, basically tethered to the Email Blast history section. And then we have a Mail Merge overview section where you can see it just gives you a general idea of what this system is for. And there you go. That is all there is to it. So that is how you can go in. You can print mailing labels for anyone that has a primary address or any customers that have a primary address set up. And you can go in and set up these mail merge letters where you can build out actual physical mailing content and have it customized for every customer in the group of your choosing, and then just print that out and mail it out to, or otherwise deliver it, I suppose, however you choose, out to your customers. So there you have it. As always, thanks a lot for joining me. If you have any questions or concerns, feel free to contact our support team at support@deltagroup.com or give us a call and we can walk you through this feature or anything else you need. Thanks a lot.